Good evening. We're picking up where we left off last week, having just reached the Autumn Plains. It's very autumnal. Which suits me just fine, because autumn's my favorite season. If Ripto was in shape, this game would be substantially harder. You would try to charge and he would just grab you by the horn and suplex you. Like I've trained against much larger dragons than you. Okay, I think this is where Moneybags teaches me to climb. Just speculation, based on context clues.
Well, I bet a rich dragon like you wouldn't mind cashing in a few gems to learn how to climb. I'd be willing to teach you for, say, I don't know, a small fee.
Well, I've got 2,000, he's only asking for 500, let's do it.
You won't regret it. Okay, when you see a wall surface that looks climbable, like the one to my left here, just jump onto it and you will grab it with your claws. Use the left stick to move up and down. Press the jump button again to leap off. You can also jump sideways onto another climbable area.
Right, pretty straightforward. Man's not even using the ladder, he's just digging his claws into the stonework. Hashtag just dragon things. That said, now that I've got that, I'm pretty sure I can get everything that I was gated out of in the previous world. So I am immediately abandoning the Autumn Plains to their fate. And going back in the name of claiming more personal wealth. As one does. Now, I believe that there were some gems in the castle that were gated behind... What's the word? Gated behind climbing. And if the holographic display, if the holographic display on, like, the interworld thing was accurate, there's probably 3 orbs in here, too, to get. Or I could just check the guidebook. There are 3 orbs in here to get. As well as a number of gems that I don't feel like mentally figuring out the sum of. Yoink. If only they were all that easy. This game would probably not be anywhere near as charming. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie was super fun. I adore Spyro. I've mentioned before, but like part of the reason that I adore... How did I miss this gem the first time around? Part of the reason why I adore Spyro so dearly is because the protagonist is genuinely just not human. Like, he doesn't control like a human, he doesn't control like a biped, he doesn't interact with the world like somebody with hands and thumbs. It's very unique. Breaking metal with fire to assert dominance. We're missing 33 gems and 1 orb. That's the word, orb. I probably should have checked the trajectory before jumping down, but here we are. Wait, can I hit that from here? Would have been funny if I could. Okay, so in here is not where I need to be. I remember one of the orbs. Oh, hi. I was wondering where that was. Sparks can't locate them, so if I couldn't find it on my own, it would have been difficult. I remember one of the orbs, must be one of the later hubs, that was a real pain in the backside to find. But ironically, because it was such a pain in the backside, I now remember vividly exactly where it is.
I'm just taking a break right now.
Can I get this from here? Not looking like it. Is there a more promising vantage point that I can see? Not particularly. Maybe there's something underwater that I can use. I feel like this is probably one of those moments where I am missing something painfully obvious. But I do enjoy just navigating the world. Also, I'm getting a little bit tired of the retro flat Spyro look, so I'll probably put him back in his glasses at some point today. Maybe if I jump from here instead of there. Not even close with a charge like that. I wonder if this is like that one pillar that I had trouble with in Spyro 1, where there was actually an elevator just behind it that I failed to notice. Yeah, I don't think gliding is the solution. I'll head back inside the palace for now, because I still have to find those other gems. I could climb up there. Wait, wasn't there another ladder somewhere around here? Or am I misremembering? That's the dungeon where I fought Crush, who ironically ended up crushed. At least this world is pretty. I actually really like that like reflected luminescent water effect on the back walls there. I'm gonna try climbing up again. Maybe I missed something up there. Ugh, this glass is so pretty too. I never even noticed that before. Well, I can't burn down this Yggdrasil wannabe, so I guess I'll just move on.
you're carrying, Heather.
I really feel like I'm missing something very, very basic. And like the fact that I'm missing gems in addition to that orb is just reinforcing that notion. What if I jump out here? Not an option. Okay. I am genuinely stumped. Alright, well, just so that I get something done within the first half hour, I'm going to go to Glimmer now. Get the stuff in Glimmer that I couldn't get without Climb. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's in here. In this whole big room that I kind of forgot to check. This whole large, expansive area that I forgot to sweep earlier. There we go. Just goes to show that sometimes legitimately, unironically, the single most productive thing you can do is give up and try again later. Sometimes your brain just needs a reset, sometimes you just need like a change of scenery. It's a wonderful life lesson.
My Spyro!
Alright, I should be killing these people because I need their souls to fly. I think I mentioned before, but I do love that these guys fear me. Okay, I just need 10 kills to get up there. I also need to light the gem lamps in here. I wonder if I can invert that. Hold on. Oh wait, camera. Invert Y. There we go. Much better. Oh, that also goes on the right stick? Never mind. I'll live with it. Also, I've never actually turned on this map before. It's hidden behind me, but like... that's kinda cool. I'm not leaving it on, but that's kinda cool. Okay, I can fly again. I want to let— oh no! Whoops. That was an accident. Rito could totally defeat me just by, like, putting a portal vaguely in the direction that he's in. I will accidentally stumble through it. I will find a way. Get all the kills that I need. Give that portal a wide berth. Much better. You know, it just occurred to me that I might not actually need that super flame over there. Or, not super flame, sorry. I might not need this super flight. I still would need to come up here because of these gems.
Hey, great! You've got the Superfly power-up active! Now you can light the gem lamps in this cave!
But I wonder if I can just super flame them from the ground, because super flame is long range. Where's the last one? Oh, there it is. Who needs super flight?
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. For a while, I was afraid we were gonna have to cancel tonight's baseball game. Here, somebody mix this orb in with the baseballs.
Oh, Moist Sunshine, welcome. And also welcome Raiders. My name's Ariel, I am an Arctic Fox VTuber.
Spyro,
I don't really have any lore, so that's kind of the end of the summary.
magic turtle now.
We're just playing some Ripto's Rage. I've actually made it to the Autumn Plains, where I bought the climb power-up and immediately turned around and came back. Thank you so much for the follow. But yeah, overall, I try to have like a chill, comfy vibe. No guarantees that I'll be able to follow through on that 100% of the time, but I try. So I hope you enjoy your time here. Glimmer. I missed a gem in Glimmer. I missed one gem in Glimmer. Yes, apologies if I ever play a game that you actually like, because I will find I will get it done, but I will find the strangest possible path through it without trying. Alright, where's that gem? Oh. Snuck away in that little corner. Cheeky little scamp. Also, my tracking is normally a bit better than this because I upgraded recently. But Spyro Reignited in particular is a bit too heavy for it. So if you show up later and like I'm immensely more expressive, that's why. But But yeah, got Klein just going around, picking up the things that I couldn't get on the first run-through. Which wasn't that many, but it's enough to bug me. Also, this is more of like a behind-the-scenes kind of thing. But I've been working on like a tool that when I finish my stream, it'll automatically download and archive the VOD. Because I keep forgetting to do that. And if I can get that working, it'll be really nice. I bring it up partially to make conversation and partially because this is actually the first stream that I'm doing with like the prototype. So after today I'll find out if I'm on the right track. Anyway, if memory serves, the bit that I'm looking for is right at the end. Because that's where the chef that was trying to cook the turtles into soup was. I just got turned around, whoops. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going there quickly. Oh, also, because I've actually 100%ed this game in the past, I've got the permanent Super Flame power-up active. So that's been fun. They will all learn to fear my power.
Hello?
We are entering hitherto unforeseen territory.
Those turtle friends will make a very good soup. If I can catch them, you can try to say them if you like, but I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Just gotta keep them out of the cauldron. Simple enough. I get the feeling Super Flame is gonna make this substantially easier. Assuming I can aim it properly.
So you saved a few turtles. There are more where those came from. Here, take this orb and go away.
I'm trying to place his accent and I'm not actually sure where it's from. I guess it's meant to be like a mobster thing, so maybe it's like kind of Italian.
Step any closer to the pot, I'll start ringing my bell again.
Yeah, the last one was 2 stars. This one's 5 stars. Good luck. It's like, you understand the premise. Not too bad so far, but I definitely remember this getting brutal. This is actually a really nice pot. I like the texture on it. It looks like it's been, like, hammered out by hand. This is a pot that was made with love and care by somebody rather than just being mass-produced. that wasn't too bad.
You saved every turtle on the beach. Here, take this. I was gonna use it to buy potatoes, but now I don't need it.
Oh, I actually just got an achievement for saving all the turtles with headbutts. So I think what probably actually ended up happening is it was checking to see if I used like a normal flame, and I technically never did. So I accidentally just scammed the game out of a challenge achievement. Sorry. Now, where might those final gems be? It's always like the really weird straggler gems. Children, why do you not leave? Like, it doesn't count unless another turtle does it. The suffering will continue until the children are saved. How many gems am I missing? Only 10. That could be a single gem. I mention this every time, but I'm so grateful for Spark's radar. Retroactively implementing it into 1 and 2 was very kind of them. Yeah, to be fair, I don't think they actually tell you it exists until you would have gotten it in 3. There we go. It just happens to also have input into 1 and 2. And I guess they just made it available from the start, because they weren't going to add a new challenge just to unlock it. Actually, I wonder if it's going to be available from the start in 3, or if I'll have to properly unlock it there. Well, best way to find out is to make it to 3, huh? Okay, and with that, that's the entire Summer Forest 100% cleared. Now I can move on to the zone that I literally named the stream after. All things considered, cleanup only taking half an hour isn't that big of a deal. It's a half hour well spent. This game is so ridiculously pretty. It's chugging just a little bit. My system is bursting at the seams, barely containing it. But it's still very pretty.
there is a portal to Zephyr here. And legend also has it that I know how to activate it. Furthermore, as I recall, the legend mentioned something about me activating it for a small fee.
I will pay 400 gems for Zephyr.
Thanks for the gems, Spyro. With all this cash, I can open a lizard burger shop in Skelos Badlands.
Imagine if Spyro just went, wait, really? Franchising only takes that small of an investment, and then he just immediately, like, left Avalar with what he'd already claimed. Fortunately, he's a dragon. He just wants to have them. He doesn't want to spend them. When he wants something, he just sets fire to the shopkeeper.
Well done, Spyro. The power from your orbs has activated the whirlwind.
You know, it just occurred to me. There's arguably a missed opportunity for them to have called the orbs Dragon Balls. Metro Speedway. If memory serves, to get that one, I have to jump from, like, that battlement all the way up there. I've always had, like, a real fondness for castles. Yoink. Like, walking on top of a battlement like this is just... there's something really soothing about it to me. Also, fun fact, these, like, alternating, like, up and down stone defensive structures are called crenellations. Weird name. Blame the people who built castles hundreds of years ago, not me. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to grab every gem from this hub, and then I'll start working my way through the worlds. Hello. You know, it occurs to me, the relative rarity of blue butterflies makes me wonder if they're, like, endangered. And if that's the case, whether or not I should be so enthusiastically consuming them on sight. And then squandering the vitality that their lives amounted to.
Oh, Spyro, hello! I'm having trouble with this door, but I think some orb power might unstick it. Ah, I see you've collected a good number of orbs there.
Glad we had this talk. Yeah, if you're diligent, you rarely run into a check you can't instantly pass.
I let you into the little castle over there in exchange for a few gems. What do you say?
Why not? Let's access the little castle.
No one's been through that portal in years. I never thought I'd find a sucker. I mean, you're a shrewd customer, Spyro.
I'm not a shrew, I'm a dragon. Or a fox, depending on, like, how far through the fourth wall you can see. Actually, if you're going down that rabbit hole, there are, like, 2 more layers. It's like behind the virtual fox, there's a real fox. And then behind that, there's a Canadian.
Spyro, Ripto and Gulp are hiding out in a sealed chamber in the castle below us. In order to get to them, you'll need all 14 talismans to break the lock.
Moneybags really ramps up.
Love to let you enter this speedway free of charge, Spyro. Love to. Unfortunately, the speedway rules require me to charge a small fee.
I love how Moneybags just ramps up the capitalism once he knows he can afford it. Like the first one, he's just like, oh yeah, I'll teach you to swim. Wait, this dragon has gems. Runs around turning out all the lights. 100 for the Icy Speedway? That is genuinely a bargain.
You've chosen wisely. I bet a quick dragon like you will win your money back in no time.
I can't remember if I need to get through this door to get up on top of this level. I'll poke around a little bit more. Never mind. Thanks, Sparks. Very rude wall. To be fair, it had like a distinct sort of cobblestone-y texture, where everything else was like fairly smooth. Plus you could like see the sparkles through it. Now, where was that? That. There's something really pleasant about nice long glides. Delightful. Now, how do I get back from here? I guess I could just jump. Okay, it wasn't as far as I was afraid it would be. Let's do Zephyr, because it's closest. Explosions.
Okay, Spyro. Looks like we got us a bit of a situation here. The breeze builders have got us pinned down, and we've been waiting for a volunteer to blow up their munitions building. Looks like you're it.
Oh, wonderful. I do love exploding things. Getting paid to do it, even better. I'll Also, I like how the large birds were, like, dropping the missiles into the small birds' mouths. Kind of evocative of how birds feed their young. That's a really creative detail. I like that a lot, actually. Oh, my face. I need that to not be exploded if at all possible. Luckily, I've mostly immunized myself to large explosions by subjecting myself to a large number of smaller explosions.
Dang cannon just ain't working for me. Do you think you can blast that bird, soldier? Jump up here and give it a try.
I can certainly try. I did it. Yeah, I imagine cannons like that are probably how you're meant to do these things. But Super Flame kind of OP. I just had a fun thought. What if there's like an Easter egg in this game? Like a single crystal dragon from the first game? Not tracked anywhere, like really hard to find. But if you do find him, he's just like, oh my god, Spyro. Thank you. I was on vacation, and I've been stuck here for years. Yeah, I saved everybody in the Dragon Kingdom, but, like, this hypothetical dragon was on vacation. He was out sick that day. He didn't show up to be saved. That seemed unnecessarily violent to that poor grub. Not that I get to judge. Yeah, what I just did to him was infinitely worse. Oh, these things. Those things are a pain. I'm not looking forward to collecting those. Kakariko chicken style. That was the wrong button. I overshot a square on my controller and I hit start instead. Specifically, I hit the touchpad, which is bound to start. I'm using a PS4 controller. There we go. That was more difficult than it probably should have been. And as always, I keenly feel the sting of Sparks' absence. You know, I don't think I ever actually, like, cognizantly thought about this background music. I'm very used to just, like, letting background music play in the background and just kind of, like, vibing with it. This is actually a really cool song. I like it. It's pretty high energy. Singular red gem. How will I get there? Probably from here? Granted, I say that and then it like goes into this like much more sedate section. Here we are. I'll leave those two here for now. Oh, grub. Love to see it.
My name is Little Bo Peep, and I've lost my cowlicks. With these battles going on all of the time, they keep running away. Can you help me get them back into my pen?
Alright, gotta get all 5 in. Straightforward enough. Plus, I think Super Flame sends them really far compared to normal Flame. So actually, this is probably going to be easier than I remember it being. I like how he got into the pen because he knew better. He's like, I don't want to be subjected to that fire again. Yeah, that's what I thought. Get away from that edge. I think I saw a bit of a suction effect there. Like, watch, see if it snaps to the middle. Yeah, it did. I like that. It's like, okay, we'll just kind of make sure this goes the player's way. These guys look at a Star Wars? It's the eyes. It's like a very Star Wars original trilogy practical effects kind of aesthetic.
Thanks, Spyro. Here's a little something for, you know, the effort. There are 2 more cowlicks out there somewhere, but I haven't seen them in days.
That was probably the 2 that were over there. I think I vaguely remember seeing them up here. Like the first 2. Well, even if I didn't, I can use this opportunity to crack this this vase open. Also, something kind of cool. So in this level, like these slug people are at war with the bird people, and they very clearly paint the bird people as like aggressors. But in one of the other levels, it's from the flip side. You work with the birds to fight off the slugs, and they paint them as the aggressors. It's a nice little bit of continuity that I just think is really cool. Plus you get to play both sides, which is always fun. It's like, in a war, who wins? The arms dealer. Okay, Sparks isn't pointing to anything back here, so I assume I've cleared the area out. I should also just do a little sweep for the Cowlicks, because I actually didn't do that at all. I forgot that they existed as soon as they left my field of vision. There's a very real chance that one was on screen and I mentally filtered it out. Nope, I think I'm good. Alright. What's going on here? Hello? Perish. There shall be no invisible grubbery on my watch. Leave witchcraft to the witches. They're better at it. What if I can hit that from here? It probably doesn't count. Wait, what? What? What was that? Hold on. What did I land on there? I may have made a mistake. Never mind, I'm very powerful. But now I gotta wonder where the last two Cowlicks are. I should probably try going forward instead of going back. Who needs a cannon? I am a cannon. And that's canon. Actually, wait, it's non-canon. Because this is exclusive to New Game Plus. Wordplay is fun. It's like the original Donkey Kong if Mario was a fire-breathing dragon. Mario should really try being a fire-breathing dragon. In general, it seems to boost, like, odds of success in various endeavors. Then again, Mario's got a pretty good track record without being a dragon. So maybe it would make him too powerful. It's called the Firepower, you might be onto something there.
Wow, what an explosion! It sure is a good thing I had my helmet on. Oh yeah, the Colonel wanted me to give this talisman to you if you got through the Breeze Builder defenses. Good job, soldier.
I actually really like that talisman. What are you excited about, little fella? And how can I claim it in your name? Not like that. Perhaps like this? Okay, before I get into this whole area over here, we're going to take tonight's 5-minute break. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom, anything that would take you approximately 5 minutes. I'll see you shortly. return. In a shocking plot twist that was foreshadowed approximately 5 minutes ago.
What light from yonder window breaks? That window up there, dummy! The professor said he was working on a way to help me get back with Juliet, but I haven't seen him in a long time.
I feel like Professor is one of those titles that's just kind of like inherently respectable. Actually, no, that's not true. I've had professors who were not respectable in the slightest. Admiration withdrawn. But this professor's pretty good. We might need this professor's help. You know, like I was thinking to myself, I've had, like, bad doctors, but Mr. and Mrs. aren't really titles that are hard to get at all, just succeeded growing up. This might be like my Canadian culture speaking, but I don't really put any stock whatsoever in any military title. We were this close to greatness. Almost glitched my way up there. Alright, you two hang up there for now. Oh, I see the professor. He looks like there's something wrong with him. Like with how dark his head is. He looks like horribly bruised. I wonder what manner of animal he's supposed to be, actually.
Spyro, my boy, I've got a magic beam, seed for you in here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Why don't you plant it in the ground and see what grows?
I think if I flame this, it'll go back into being a seed. There we go. And what I want to do is budget my seeds to get more seeds and kind of like juggle them. I like how the backing track here contains a meowing cat as an instrument. Definitely an interesting choice. Actually, that might have been an enemy up there making like an attack noise. Spyro was stunned by the majesty of horticulture. I think that's the correct word. Every now and then I try to use a big word, but I pick the wrong one and I sound dumb instead of smart. Not that I particularly care about sounding smart, but like, I'd like to at least be accurate. hindsight, I probably could have spat that one from all the way up here and not had to climb back up. Like that. Professor, how fast you are.
Well done, my boy. Here are 2 more seeds to get you the rest of the way. Oh, and take this with you if you don't mind. It's been cluttering up my pockets.
You can tell that the professor's a man, because his pocket contained an object the size of him. This one on the other side. This one with me. Oh no. Mistakes were made, but also easily corrected. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. I also actually meant to, put Spyro back into, like, his like, glasses. Okay, I'm doing it properly with, like, the aiming reticule next time. I also meant to put Spyro back into, like, his glasses appearance during the break, but I forgot to do that. There we go. Technically, it really wouldn't be that much of a disruption if I just did it right now. So I might.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Oh, there's Romeo. You can have this. I don't need it anymore.
She sounds kind of young. Oh, Jesus. Thank you so much for the gift sub. I really appreciate it. That, like, confetti cannon noise jump scares me every time. Okay, I just need to get these 2, creatures back home, and then I'm done here. It's going well. I'll just leave that one there for now. I'd like to do them both at once. Get out of that corner. I might be in a slightly problematic position here. Never mind, I'm never problematic. Let's go. We don't love making problems, we just happen to. A lot. Either accidentally or as a side effect of doing something deliberately. The goal is rarely straight up just to be a problem. You know, I like how they have this giant, like, middle orb here. I genuinely wonder why this is here. Like, what problem makes somebody go, I know, we'll construct a gigantic metal sphere and hang it from a bridge?
Well, I am impressed. You got all 7 cowlicks for me. Here's a fair reward.
I guess maybe since the other end isn't anchored, it might be to prevent it from blowing off in the wind. But then if it's so securely anchored that it could handle the weight of a giant metal orb, would it have been at risk of that to begin with? Oh well, mysteries for another day. Okay, so if memory serves, Zephyr just completely refunded itself. And I got a talisman out of it. And a bunch of orbs. Let's go up here because it's near. Oh, we do love a speedway. Oh god, pigeons. Pigeons definitely have personalities. I wonder where the last one is. I'm basically wasting this attempt trying to find it. Is it like right at the start? Did I miss it? Whoops. I saw that one of them was called Jumpers and I was like momentarily very panicked. And then I was like, wait, bungee jump? This is fine, actually. Okay, so... just 3 there? Which one did I miss last time? You know, I haven't played Left 4 Dead in ages, but I bet it's still just as fun. I should get a bunch of friends together sometime and make them play Left 4 Dead with me. I was gonna say Valve games never really miss, but like... when actually was the last time Valve made a game? It's been like a really, really long time, hasn't it? Right? Looks good to me. Alex, true, but that was still like years ago. Alright, now I want to find... I think Hunter's in like a room, in like an apartment building in this one. Here we are. Always check behind the waterfall.
We've been having a crime problem here in Metro Speedway, but I think you might be able to help. A band of cat burglars have been raiding my re-election funds by scaling the walls of the buildings. Would you be willing to help get rid of them? Great! Hunter can knock the scoundrels off of the buildings, but we'll need you to catch the loot before it lands in the canal and gets lost. Good luck. Hunter is waiting for you outside.
I feel like an honest politician probably doesn't need this much loot. Oh well. I'm getting my share of it, so I don't really care. My morals are easily compromised. Also, hold on.
Well done. You really taught those crooks a lesson.
Money in this setting is just solid gemstones. Being a little bit waterlogged shouldn't affect it. Now, is that everything? Yes, it is. Thank you for clarifying. I always really appreciate speedways just for the sheer amount of money they give you. For so little effort. Yeah, Breeze Harbor, I think, is the one with the bird counterparts to those guys. So let's do that one while they're fresh in our minds. Perish. Peace was an option.
Please excuse the mess, Spyro. We are currently suffering from a land blubber infestation. First they put out the fires in our boilers, and now they've shut down our ship too. If you could stoke up the fires under the boilers, I'm sure you could make your way to the ship. The steam from the boilers will activate our highly advanced machinery.
Side, but I like how every time like a new potential power source is discovered, in the end it's always steam, every single time. It's like we found a spectacular source of energy. What does it do? Oh, it boils water to spin a turbine. Though to be fair, if it's not broken, why fix it? I think that metal face guy I'm supposed to have to kill with a cannon, but super flame. I like how he doesn't even look that bad. Man's just living his life, bothering nobody. And then suddenly darkness. If he had a belief system, he now knows whether or not it was correct. Oh, that's where I came from. Oh god, it's okay, it's the level with the trolley. This is gonna take a while, I think. I'm either gonna nail the trolley first try, or I'm gonna spend the rest of the night on it once I get to it. No in between. Yes, much trouble with the trolley. Like, I think straight up it's one of this game's challenge achievements to do it without failing. It's like even a little slip up and it's just like, nope, you're dead, have fun. Also, I like how those guys aren't even just in water buckets, they're specifically soaked up for some reason. I question why, but I can't condemn the attempt to remain clean. Hi.
Those landlubbers have littered these metal spike mines all over the harbor. If you can clear them out, I'll give you this orb I found in a clam yesterday.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I think that's everything that was there. Blast that while we're here. Luckily, because I'm so thin, I'm aerodynamic. Spyro dynamics sounds like it really should be like an actual term, doesn't it?
Thanks, Spyro. Here's that orb I promised. Sorry if it still has clam juice on it.
Blasting down those mines is definitely a lot easier with slightly altered angles and greatly enhanced fire rate. As an aside, I kind of love the aesthetic of like a small airship. Oh god, this is the super jump that takes me up to the trolley. I don't want to go up to the trolley. Like, don't get me wrong, like, gigantic, like, fantastical airships that are basically, like, mobile fortresses are amazing, and I love those too. But like a small little one-person thing, like the vertical equivalent of a kayak. Those are also like really, really endearing to me. This one clearly feels fear. Oh, almost charged right off the ship. That would have been embarrassing. Get elevated, nerd.
Thanks for getting our ship fired up, Spyro. Now we can proceed with our counterattack on Zephyr. Please take this talisman as a token of our gratitude.
I think chronologically this one probably came first. It just worked out that I did Zephyr first, because physical locations of portals. I'm missing 104 gems. There are 40 down there. And it's looking like there's maybe some on the trolley. Maybe not. I really profoundly want to put off the trolley for as long as possible. It's not that the trolley isn't fun, it's just that the trolley is going to humiliate me in front of an audience. How do I get up there? I don't think there's anything underwater down here. Okay, good to double check. Alright, I'm gonna try and get the gems on that, like, one shelf back there. And then I'll do the trolley. I wonder if I can get up there from here. Can I, like, step out onto the track without, oh no. I've been conscripted. Well, here we go, I guess. Yes, Spyro has been flattened. Also, welcome. I have accidentally, what's the word? I've accidentally volunteered myself for one of the most brutal challenges in the original trilogy. Which is literally just go around this trolley, on this trolley in circles. And don't die. It's substantially more difficult than you might suspect. Like that.
With the trolley, eh? Well, use the left stick to change lanes. Press the jump button to jump. Press the attack button to fire the cannon.
And every time you fail, He goes, trouble with the trolley, eh? I'm grateful that they re-recorded the line to make it a little bit less grating, at least. And then children cried. They clearly had trouble with the trolley. Although I feel like I probably would have had it last time if I hadn't... if I'd been aware that it could have been a box. Like that. Oh, shoot. Yes, trouble with the trolley. I actually wonder if they made it, like, easier in the remake. Like, I don't know, made it, like, more responsive or something. Oh. Never mind. Speculation withdrawn. That said, we're definitely getting somewhere. There we go. That wasn't too bad.
Great work, Spyro. Now I can start fixing my machines. Here, I don't have room in my toolbox for this thing anymore.
I also like how just because I tried to step out onto the track, I actually skipped his preamble. Like that. I'm deliberately gonna wipe out here. I thought maybe now that the challenge was gone, I could... what's the word? Now that the challenge was gone, I could step out onto it. Not the case. I guess I just have to glide down from this chip, which in hindsight makes substantially more sense. Or maybe I'm wrong. I know roughly where I want to be. I literally just want to get up here, but my jump is ever so slightly too small. Wait. So anyway, so that's that. I was like, wait, what if I try one of the most basic movement techs I have? Jumping and gliding. My brain was too full of trolley fear to consider the obvious. All things considered, though, think I can be proud of my performance. I didn't have too much trouble with the trolley. They looked like pigs there. No, they were dressed like firemen, not police officers. Crystal Glacier. This place sounds pretty. I like how you don't even get, like, the level preamble until you free them.
Spyro, the Ice Wizards have imprisoned our leader, Shaman Tak. Can you help us rescue him? It is urgent. He has our tickets to tonight's hockey game in Colossus Valley.
Once again, I enjoy the continuity.
Get on the catapult. We'll help you across the chasm.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I mentioned while I was in Colossus Valley, hockey's not really my thing. I'm much more of a fan of the, like, maple syrup parts of being a Canadian than the hockey parts.
Watch. We'll have you climb this wall up ahead.
I like how some of the breakables are just bottles with dynamite strapped to them. It's like they could have just kept using vases and baskets, but nah, they gave us a trait. Actually, I just had a thought. Is a vase, like, specifically made out of, like, fired clay? Or is it more the shape than the material? Because some labels for things are really pedantic.
Hello there, Spyro. I could arrange for you to cross this bridge for a small fee.
I will pay 200 gems to cross this bridge.
Thank you, Spyro. Now I can buy that condo in Hurricos I've been wanting for so long. Go ahead across the bridge.
Moneybags is officially a necromancer. I'm not sure what to do with this information. That said, if you're going to be animating skeletons, the skeletons of snakes are, like, always a really strong choice. They're very visually striking. How many kills do I have to? 12? Just need 3 more. I think it's just the shape? Cool. I technically learned something today. I think in terms of elements, ice is probably either tied for 2nd or 3rd place. In terms of like things that I would like to use as a magical spellcaster of some description. I'd say 2nd place.
Thanks, Spyro. Just hold tight for a second, and look out below.
Ice is bad in Pokemon. No, ice is pretty good in Pokemon. It's offensively extremely powerful. Oh, I should have spent more time admiring that building.
You'd think those guys could have got me out of here without rolling a 2-ton snowball onto my head. Here, take this crystal. I traded some hockey tickets for it.
They're all gonna be so disappointed. But yeah, no, I feel like if I was gonna, like, you know, be a spellcaster of some description, probably Lightning 1st place, Ice 2nd place, Fire 3rd place. But, like, specifically Foxfire. As a Fox, I'm culturally obligated to be good at that one.
Tours of these caves, but now they're infested with multiplying Draclets. It's only a matter of time before they take over our whole village. You think you can get rid of them for us?
I can certainly try.
Great! But remember, you have to catch them all quickly, because if any are left alive, they will continue to multiply.
Oh, this might be one that, this might be one that Super Flame actually makes harder. Because, like, normal Flame is a cone, and Super Flame is much more like a bullet. Well, I'll try my best. It's got a pretty decent radius on it. Actually, I take it back. Super Flame OP, let's go.
You have saved us all from a grisly fate. Please accept this orb as a small token of our thanks.
I mean, it's not that small. It's the size of my head. Like, as far as material rewards go, that's pretty substantial, even. Aesthetically, this place is really, really pretty. I like it a lot. I am missing 1 orb and 60 gems. I like how they had the whirlwind strip your super flight just so you can't break the rest of the level with it. Thanks, dear bunny. I'm sorry, magical levitating snowball creature. I must feast upon your vitality. I almost fell off. But only almost. Oh, there's the other orb and probably the rest of the gems.
I lost my pet snow leopard. I was busy fishing, and when I turned around, he was gone. I hope George didn't get eaten by the Draclets.
Hello there. Oh, it purrs. I love it. Okay, all things considered, this, this challenge feels fairly straightforward. Oh, never mind, he's doubling back. Definitely a cat, this one. Oh, I love the kitty noises that it makes. Oh, he's purring. Oh, is he following me now? Oh, I love it. I'm sorry, he's not your snow leopard anymore, he's mine, I'm keeping him.
You found George. I'm so glad he's safe. I'll be sure to pay more attention to him from now on. All I have with me is this round, shiny thing I caught while I was fishing. You can have it if you like.
I wonder how much a cat would actually like a Spyro 2 orb as a cat toy. Like, they could bat it around, which they would really enjoy. It doesn't really wiggle, though. But it is shiny. I can see it going both ways. You know, I respect that the guy was willing to commit to it. Like, okay, I'm not just sending you down there, I'm going down too. Alright. Technically, I should probably do the Badlands second. But what I'll probably end up actually doing is trying to find that other speedway and do that, because we don't have a huge amount of time left. And I think I can squeeze in a speedway. I don't think I could squeeze in like a normal level. Oh, speaking of cats, like, wanting it as a toy if they knew you wanted it. Wait, is there a second speedway, or am I massively misremembering something? Nope, there it is. Speaking of cats wanting something if they knew you want it, what some people do to get their dogs to take medicine, because dogs are famously reluctant to do so, is they'll drop the medicine on the ground and then be like, oh, no, you don't touch that. Stay away from that. And then the dog immediately grabs it and eats it as fast as it can. Now, mind you, that's not actually good, because doing that kind of requires you to... What's the word? Doing that kind of requires you to train your dog to go for things that you drop, especially like pill-shaped things, which can potentially have tragic consequences. But some people do it anyway. And to be fair, it is very funny. Yeah, like wrapping it in a bit of ham or cheese is definitely like way safer. I like how those guys are just minding their own business and Spyro has to murder them. Then again, that's most things in Speedway. Hanging out, minding their own business, suddenly, fire. Okay, I'm missing one guy. There's an igloo there, I think that's where Hunter hangs out. I think the guy that I missed was over here somewhere. I got 10 seconds to find him. There he is. We were this close. I'll kill these guys with charge, it'll be a bit faster. Whoops. There you are. I like how they kind of didn't even need the snowmobiles. They could just flap their arms and go off on their own. Then again, I am perfectly capable of walking places, but I prefer to be... What's the word? I prefer to cover long distances in a motorized vehicle. So maybe I shouldn't judge. I did not get that sea serpent. I might face the consequences for that later. That was a little sketchy, but it worked out. Never mind, never punished, let's go. Loads of time to spare. And then, like I say, I think Hunter's in this igloo here. There. There we go.
Good job, Spyro. Looks like you're ready for a more serious challenge. How about a little paragliding? You're not afraid of heights, are you?
My dude, I am a dragon.
Great! I'll tow you behind my snowmobile, and you maneuver through the rings. Don't miss any or we'll have to start over.
Right, seems straightforward enough. Just hold left or right. Compared to the trolley, this is nothing. I would actually love to do something like this IRL, being like whipped through the air at high speed. Like not too high up. Preferably over a body of water. Listen to that.
Go Spyro. You're even better than I am.
On camera, you can't deny it. Alright, level complete. That was pretty straightforward, all things considered. Alright, I think we're going to call it there for the night. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it each and every time. Next scheduled stream is going to be on Friday. The game is going to be Metroid Prime. Good odds that I finish Metroid Prime on Friday. The next time I'm going to be playing Spyro in particular is going to be next Wednesday. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope to see you again. It looks like, speaking of Metroid Prime, it looks like one of my friends is actually playing Metroid Prime 3, so let's go drop in on her. Again, have a wonderful night.